beautiful Mother's Day, as it should be here in Philadelphia this afternoon. With Dan Marley, John Thompson, and D-Line. This is Kevin Harlan. And now the lineups for the Detroit Pistons. Chauncey Billups will start tonight after missing the last two games. Richard Hamilton. Up front, Michael Curry, known for his defense. Clifford Robinson and Ben Wallace, the two-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Eric Snow and Allen Iverson in the backcourt, with Keith Van Horn, Jared Coleman, and Kenny Thomas. And Dan, looks like Kenny Thomas is going to give it a go. He can't be 100%. He left the game last night with his 76ers on top by 20 points.
No, but that's still a real good sign for them because he's been such a force with them on the boards, especially offensively. He really took care of the game 3 in the first quarter. Did a great job of coming out scoring points and getting offensive rebounds. So for them to be effective tonight, he's got to play well, and you never know how good he feels with that leg.
Chauncey Billups, John, is a guy that can give outside scoring, and he can create his own shot, which for the Detroit Pistons is vital.
And that's extremely important. But anytime you start to talk about these injuries, Thomas, Billups, or whether you're talking about Ben Wallace, the best time to test them out is when the score is nothing, Kevin.
And Wallace is not 100% in your mind?
No, I don't think so. I mean, just based on how he performed in the last basketball game, I just think that he's out there on purely guts. He's getting much better, but in the same token, I think they will test him.
Great officiating crew tonight. Dick Bavetta, Greg Willard, and Bernie Fryer. And here we go with Allen Iverson working on Hamilton on top. Into Van Horn, and right by Ben Wallace inside.
Well, and that's a smart thing, too, because right away they ran a little curl in that Wallace. If you get Wallace out of the game early, then you have a clear path to the basket.
Plus, it's important to get Van Horn going early because he's been such an important guy for this team. And he scores and plays well. Philadelphia plays well.
And here comes Clifford Robinson. And he ties it at 2.
Well, Coleman was a little late in getting out there to him. I think it was a mix-up between he and Thomas. Coleman's going to have to do a lot of covering up for Thomas because of that bad wing that he's got there.
Eric Snow. Billups on him. A little bit of a screen and an open 15-footer.
Detroit hasn't done a very good job of defending the pick and roll there. Snow came off, nobody really stepped out or switched, and he had an easy 15-footer.
Live TNT NBA Spanish language feed is now available via the SAP button on your remote. Richard Hamilton, and no one has missed so far. We're tied at 4.
Well, Richard did a good job of backing Allen and utilizing his size over him because he's not going to have a quickness advantage, and just jumped over him once he got him in that mid-range area.
Here's Iverson. With 25 last night, the game's first miss and first rebound for Robinson.
Definitely think Ben Wallace is having a problem with his legs because he's doing more boxing out right now, which is smart rather than laterally moving to get the rebound.
Trapped by Coleman and Iverson. And Clifford Robinson finds Rip Hamilton. The ex-Washington Wizard laces one up and gives the Pistons a 2-point lead.
Good patience there. He faked the shot, took the dribble, faked it again, and then found a wide open Richard Hamilton for a jump shot. It was a good play by Clifford Robinson.
You're talking about getting an early start. They don't want Rip to get an early start either. The way he can shoot, if he gets his confidence level up early, Sixers are going to have problems.
Jared Coleman, difficult shot. Wallace defending. And the other way they sent Hamilton, who last night had 24. Boston, he took it inside. Volleyball by Van Horn. Kenny Thomas on that bad wheel gets it off to Snow. Let's see what kind of transition Philadelphia shows here.
Well, they want to push it and get it down, but that's the thing, the difference there. Rather than take a bad shot, Allen pulled it out and set it up, and he didn't have it.
Coleman had the offensive rebound on the Van Horn miss. And Detroit the other way.
Van Horn takes him in and rule it out there, Dan.
Yeah, well, that's where Iverson's the best. When he's able to penetrate to the basket, everybody sucks into him, and he's able to hit Iverson for a wide open 3, and then they're able to get the offensive rebound.
Michael Curry with the miss. Rebound by Coleman. And so far, Detroit has started 3 of 4, and the Sixers with it now starting 2 of 5 from the field. Iverson finishing the regular season as the number 3 scorer in the NBA. And a whistle. It's on Iverson as he tried to work his way inside. And he picks up his first of the game.
Good job by Iverson of taking all the way to the basket, but better job by Wallace of holding his ground and blocking the middle and taking the charge.
You know, and that's an advantage that Wallace has, Ben Wallace, in being smart. Because rather than getting in a situation trying to block and do a lot of jumpers, he got great body position and got the defensive stop off of the charge.
David Robinson played 15 years in the NBA and trying to slip one inside to Billups, who is held as he tried to work his way inside. Goes on Coleman for the first time for Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was a good back pick, and he would have been wide open, so a pretty good foul by Coleman by grabbing him and stopping the basket.
I'm wondering, Dan, you know, when you had back-to-back games, in particular in the playoffs, the later in your career you got to regulate those minutes, and Coleman's got that on his mind tonight.
Yeah, I would think so, but this is a playoff game, and a guy like Derek Coleman wants to get out there and play, so he's going to feel a lot better tonight than in the regular season.
A steal by Iverson, who dribbles off his foot. Allen Iverson led the NBA in the regular season in steals.
Well, and Allen is a great anticipator. He's not a bad on-the-ball guarder either, but if you throw a pass carelessly, he accelerates extremely quick going through the passing lane.
Each team is led by as many as 2 to start here in Philly tonight. Hamilton down the lane and puts up a floater.
Great play there, and with Clifford Robinson setting that pick, Van Horten couldn't help it all because he could step back and shoot the jumper. So it just kind of left the other guy on the island, and he was able to stop the play.
Hamilton has started this game 3 of 3, and a Piston foul inside, a little bit of hold for Rick Carlisle, the 42-year-old second-year head coach of the Pistons. The foul goes on Hamilton for a first time, and Hamilton's on a 6-0 run, John, all by himself.
Well, and he needs to step up right now because you've got Billups who's having problems. You've got Ben Wallace who's having problems. You definitely need somebody on that team to really make up for that.
Iverson drawing attention as he goes inside. Van Horn, shot clock at 5. Good spin move by Derek Coleman.
Good patience by Coleman. He faked the middle, took Wallace. And you're right, Wallace is not 100%. You can see him limping out there, and I think Derek Coleman can do all he can to take advantage of it.
Here comes Billups. And his first offering off. Detroit is +1 in rebounding so far. Allen Iverson.
Well, see, in particular with the injuries that Detroit has, it's very smart of Larry Brown to have them push the ball, make them backpedal, use their legs as much as they can because you know that a lot of the guys are not 100% right now in Detroit.
Richard Hamilton out of UConn has been hot so far. Curry, guarded by Thomas, outside of 3 by Robinson. Coleman with another rebound for Philadelphia. And a foul inside. Michael Curry will pick it up, and that is the first on him. Became a starter a little bit into the season. Rick Carlisle wanted more of a defensive presence, and he certainly got that from a guy who's calling card his NBA defense, Michael Curry. There's a timeout, and we are tied at
8. So where should I play next year?
Where do you want to play next year? Because you have offers from Dallas, Toronto, Miami, and LA.
Tell me about LA.
Don't filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
Hey, Veronica?
Yeah?
Would you like to go to McDonald's with me?
No, I wouldn't, Steve.
It's Sam.
Whatever.
I'll go, Sam. McDonald's and a man like you? A girl would be crazy to pass that up.
That was really cool, Aunt Tiffany. What?
I've got you under my skin. I have got you deep in the heart of me.
Log on to SI.com for the latest NBA news, scores, and more from Sports Illustrated.
The NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. More than 2,700 non-stop daily flights to 59 destinations all across the country. McDonald's. Verizon Wireless. Sign up for America's Choice Family Share Plan. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. And Miller Lite. Life is best told at a place called Miller Time.
We're back in Philadelphia. Richard Hamilton, who is the star of this Detroit team, grew up just outside Philadelphia. Grew up a 76er fan, but playing for the visiting Pistons in this series, and he has started magnificently from the floor, 3 of 3. He had 8 points in last night's first quarter. A guy who comes from the Washington Wizards. He has made a difference on this team.
Well, this shows how he's improved this game. That's one when he backs in, another one a catch and shoot shot, and this next one you're going to see him make a curl into the basket. Rip's really been on the move. He's been like the road runner to try to compensate for the lack of mobility in some of his teammates.
And they're doing a good job of running them off a lot of screens off of curls, so Iverson's got to be chasing them. He's allowed him to get around and make some curls and then posting up using his size.
Nobody makes a change after that timeout. We're under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter as Eric Snow takes it across the lane, and Eric Snow leads Philly with 4.
And I've got to believe that he gets that shot down because of Billups' lack of mobility. But Chauncey can't stay with him as much as he ordinarily would have, so they're making a move on the move. They're making shots.
No, you're right. It's a smart thing. They are attacking the hurt players.
Billups picks up the foul as Iverson was taking it the other way. And a foul on Chauncey. That's the first on him. And Iverson is just so quick and has such great feel for when the timing is impeccable.
Yeah, and here's where you can just see Billups. He's kind of hobbling around there. Not a lot of people are healthy out there, and that's hard for this time of game because it's such a bruising game. It's hard for those guys to come out and play, but this time of year where they got to play through pain.
Iverson spoon feeds Kenny Thomas inside, and an 8-0 run by Philadelphia.
And I love that because even if he doesn't score, he gets to the basket, everybody just draws to him, and Kenny Thomas, Van Horn, and Derek Homer are going to feed off of him all night long.
And that's the medical test for Kenny Thomas. Give him the ball on the offense and see how much energy he has to score.
Here's Hamilton from 2, and he nails it, and Hamilton a perfect 4 of 4, a game-high 8. Each team has attempted a 3-point shot. Each team missing.
Must have some of that good home cooking. He's feeling it tonight.
Boy, it's amazing in watching Rick play how his game is developed. I had a chance to see him when he was with the Wizards. He was good then, but he's getting better and better.
Coleman. It did not hit the rim. Shot clock is at 3. Does Derek know that? Does Kenny Thomas know that? He does. Rebound by Ben Wallace. Points in the paint, a big stat in this series. The Sixers are plus 6 points in that category already.
Well, that comes off a lot of offensive rebounds and then getting out and running on the break without making his penetration and going to the basket and dropping it off to Coleman again. It's Kenny Thomas for easy dunks.
But a foul inside called on Keith Van Horn. And Dan, as you survey Larry Brown's frontline player, Keith Van Horn, where does he fit in the landscape of this series?
Well, first of all, he's got to stay out of foul trouble. He's had a hard time staying on the floor. But even if he's not making these shots, he's so big because they still have to respect his outside ability. So that opens the floor for Iverson and Snow for the penetration.
So here is Robinson, and in the playoffs, he has been shooting 60% from the free throw line. Log on to NBA.com or on AOL keyword NBA for the exclusive 2003 playoff section featuring live post-game press conferences, photo galleries, video highlights, and more. Love it live on NBA.com.
Van Horn, Kevin, is a very hard guard because of his size and mobility. For big guys, he's too mobile. For small guys, he can go over the top of him because of his length.
Iverson with a nice move on Hamilton. Rebound by Ben Wallace, who snags his 3rd rebound so far in this game.
And on the last 2, Kevin, Ben seems to be loosening up a little bit, so maybe it was a question of getting warm.
And that time, John slashing inside and slashing in Ben Wallace usually are not in the same sentence.
That's absolutely correct, but he definitely, as Dan said earlier, is favoring that by a left leg.
Iverson. Kenny Thomas acquired mid-season in a trade for Houston. He has done so much for this team.
He's done a great job. He's a good post-up player. He gets his back to the basket. He's got good leaping ability. He's got a lot of good moves around right hand and left hand. Plus, he can play one-on-one, so he brings a lot of ability to this team to do different things with it.
It's Billups for 3. And a rebound by Thomas, and both of Chauncey's attempts so far have not gone in. But when he gets going, he's like, damn, when he hits, man, he hits in dozens. As Van Horn corkscrews in. Nice move for Van Horn to keep his presence as he was battering his body inside.
And a great move, and that's another reason why I think Walls is hurt. He usually comes over and is able to get that shot, and there he was just a little bit too late. It just missed the block.
Van Horn shows us a little muscle there, too.
He needs to. Nice fake by Curry for three. And still neither team is at a three-point shot. Rebound by Coleman, who lassos his fourth rebound of the game. Iverson!
Well, that's that acceleration, Kevin, that you were talking about. But it also was taking advantage of the lack of mobility that Chauncey Billups has.
He is so quick. Allen Iverson leaves a vapor trail when he drives inside. And he has led the 6-0 Philadelphia run. It's the Sixers by 5.
When it comes to international espionage,
Who is this?
staying invisible
I don't believe we've met. We still haven't, sir.
means staying alive. See The Art of War. Friday night at 8 on TNT.
Hey, bro. How was your day? Sweet.
Don't filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MG.
Somewhere between Pascagoula and paradise, palm trees, tropical breezes, and turquoise seas are calling.
Wasting away again in Margaritaville.
Pack your bags and set sail for Margaritaville with Jimmy Buffett.
Changes in latitude, changes in attitude.
Meet me in Margaritaville, the ultimate collection.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
38 sun-soaked island songs, including timeless favorites like Cheeseburger in Paradise, Fins, and 4 new live recordings, including A Pirate Looks at 40.
Passed out and I rallied and
Plus 6 new versions of Jimmy Buffett classics and 2 brand new recordings, Everybody's Talking and Sail on Sailor. Meet me in Margaritaville, the ultimate collection. Just $24.98 for 2 CDs, plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Call now and get a collectible Albatross pin free with your paid order. Rush delivery available.
76ers have 4 players with 4 points. They lead by 5. They're on an 8-0 run right now on this Mother's Day. Coming up next from Arco Arena in rockin' Sacramento, it'll be Game 4, Dallas and the Kings. Tomorrow, New Jersey, Boston on TNT. And then Tuesday, Kings and Mavs, Lakers and Spurs. Both Game 5s. And what about Los Angeles winning today?
Yeah, great win for them, obviously. And Lakers are one team that I think that doesn't fear going on the road. They can go anywhere and have the confidence that they can go out there and win. So a big win for them at Staples Center.
John, we've had 4 lead changes here, 3 ties, and Philadelphia has led by as many as 5. Detroit has led by as many as 4.
Well, Philadelphia wants to push the pace of this game for the reasons we mentioned. Billups being sore, also Big Ben Wallace is sore. You know, Thomas actually, looking at Thomas, we were worried about him for the 76ers, but he looks very good after the injury.
It's Robinson for 3. Rebound by Greg Buckner, torn away by Wallace. And Hamilton for 3. Good! Richard Hamilton is a flamethrower. He's gone 5 of 5 to start the game.
And that's what Detroit really does well. They get offensive rebounds, and instead of taking it up, they kick it out to the three-point, where most of the Philadelphia players are back in the paint, kicks out for a three-pointer, wide open.
Aaron McKee is now in. Tyrone Hill is in. We mentioned Buckner out there with Allen Iverson on a drive inside. And a Detroit rebound. Kenny Thomas remains in the game for the 76ers. It's Billups getting it from Hamilton. Wallace, Robinson, and Curry still in there for the Pistons. A spinning move by Hamilton, his first miss tonight. And saved at midcourt by Robinson. 2.5 to play. The Pistons are shooting 47% from the field.
But one of the things you like that Hamilton recognizes who's on him and what he's doing, because when Allen gets on him, he has isolated side. He tries to take him low and jump over him. I wonder if the 76ers will send some help to clamping Allen on that.
Aaron McKee picks up his first foul, and our first look tonight at Tayshaun Prince checking in, taking the place of Curry. Detroit looking for a little offense.
I love that guy, Prince. He's come in, he's really, like you said, made his reputation. He's not only just a good player, but he knows how to play the game. He makes good passes. He's above his years of maturity. He doesn't get rattled. Like he said is from being at Kentucky for 4 years and playing in big pressure games there.
Pistons turn it over for the 4th time. 2 Philadelphia turnovers. And here come the 76ers shooting 56% from the field. It's Kenny Thomas double. Dancing and fouled inside.
Good job by Thomas there, being really patient, waiting for the double team. Actually could have kicked it out, but made a little head fake and then split in between the double team and got the basket or the foul here. Waits, his little pump fake, splits the double team, causes the contact.
Clifford Robinson picks up his first foul, and Kenny Thomas at the free throw line.
Well, it's interesting in talking to Larry Brown how enthusiastic he was about Kenny Thomas's development. Even in being a power forward, Larry said he'd like to see him really even extend the range of his game and play some small forward.
These are Philadelphia's first free throws of the night as you take a look at the Olympic coach of the qualifying team, Larry Brown.
It was really interesting, Kevin. We went in to visit him. He's in the room alone, doodling with X's and O's. You're talking about a guy who's a student of the game, a guy who just really loves basketball.
And here come the Pistons. Robinson just checks out. Oker checks in. Mehmet Oker. Under 2 to play now in the first quarter. Tayshaun Prince against Buckner.
And Buckner's right up on him, too, because Tayshaun has established a little bit of a reputation. Now he's not going to be a surprise. He's got to adjust because more intensity will be defensively on it.
Aaron McKee picks up his second foul.
Yeah, another good job by the patience of Hampton. He's running off the screens and just gave a little head fake and got his man in the air and caused the contact and goes to the free throw line. So good patience by Hamilton.
Rip Hamilton has 11 points. The rest of the team has 5, so he has done it all. Dan, as you take a look at the Pistons, last year with Stackhouse, this year with Hamilton, how do you like last year compared with this year with these 2 main scorers now at different positions?
Well, I like these. I'm not guarding any of them. I had to guard Stackhouse last year, and that was no fun. And I can tell you, I wouldn't like guarding Hamilton as many screens as he comes out with. But I think Hamilton's a great young player. He's just only getting better. You know, he doesn't look very strong out there, but he's very good. He's like a Reggie Miller. He moves the ball a lot. He can shoot it. He can create for other players. So I love his game.
You like that comparison?
Well, I love that comparison because it definitely, Dan is right. Like Reggie without the ball, he makes you guard it.
Rebound by Prince, +4. Detroit is in rebounding. It's Hamilton outside, and Prince for 3. Rebound by Okur inside, and shoved and fouled.
And Prince was able to get that shot as a result of the respect that was given to Hamilton. When Hamilton penetrated, all the defense went to him, and he got it back out to Prince.
Let's see, Van Horn now has picked up his second foul, and 2 on McKee. So those are situations to be kept abreast on, and everybody with 1 that has a foul for Detroit. At the free throw line, Mehmet Okur, who's a rookie from Turkey. And his game has developed nicely as this season has wended its way to the playoffs. Pistons tonight are 2 of 5 from the free throw line. He rattles that last one in. Minute and a half to play in the first quarter. 12 by Hamilton leads the Pistons, and 5 for Kenny Thomas leads the Philadelphia 76ers so far. McKee bulldozing inside. Hard move by McKee.
I'm sorry, Coach. All the difference is that Philadelphia get most of the points in the paint, either through drives or dish-offs or offensive rebounds, so they've been able to go aggressive and take it to the basket.
Well, that was reflective of the fact that they're trying to really test Ben Wallace also because Ben is a great offside shot blocker.
Hamilton with his second consecutive miss. The rebound is lassoed by Allen Iverson. Iverson so far with 4. McKee, who used to play for Detroit. Van Horn for 3, missing badly. Overshot the runway and out of bounds.
Missed the floor and everything.
Yeah,
hit the camera.
That's right. He missed it all. Final half minute of this first quarter as Phillips squeezes a pass inside to Tayshaun Prince. Great feed to Okur inside. Rebound Van Horn.
And that's the thing the 76ers want to see Van Horn do. I think he's playing more physical offensively and defensively. Go to the board strong like that and give him some help on the board.
Final seconds winding down first quarter. Iverson outside. McKee, can he beat the buzzer? And it does not go, and that's how our first quarter comes to a close. The Sixers shot 50% for Coach Larry Brown. Philadelphia trying to tie this Eastern Conference semifinal in 2 games apiece. At the end of the 1 quarter of play so far, they lead it 21-18.
Come on, guys. How's the look?
Want to grow?
Let's go, man.
The calcium in milk helps.
Hi there.
Yeah, I'd like a junior bacon cheeseburger with 2 full strips of bacon made fresh.
Define fresh.
Fresh ingredients.
Do you mean was fresh at one time?
No, I mean made fresh now.
We don't do that fresh.
At Wendy's, fresh means fresh. So our junior bacon cheeseburger is made right when you order it. It's the best 99 cents you can spend.
Your view of fresh? It's very narrow.
Really?
The 99-cent super value menu at Wendy's. It's better here. And our pickup window's open till midnight or later, so you can eat great even late.
When it comes over me, and I totally lose control, I like it.
Sure you're okay?
I've never felt better.
At theaters Friday, June 20th.
Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good. Got some time on your hands? With Verizon Wireless, you can download the most advanced games on the nation's best wireless network. Can you hear me now? Good. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
When I'm performing, when I'm on the road, friends and family, having them near. And
the thing about NBA playoffs is that it's not scripted. In the playoffs, everything is magnified, and the crowd is packed, and if you lose, you're out. These great athletes go at each other, toe to toe, elbow to elbow, they go for the jugular. There's always a chance that something extraordinary is going to happen, and it happens. I never leave a game now until it's over.
We had a beautiful day in Philadelphia this afternoon. We're set to begin our second quarter Eastern Conference semifinal Game 4. The Detroit Pistons and the Philadelphia 76ers with Dan Marley, John Thompson, and Pete Lynham. This is Kevin Harlan at the First Union Center. Well, Pistons bench advantage in this series pretty pronounced.
Yeah, they've done a great job all year long, and they're going to have to continue to do it with all the guys they got hurt. But Prince and Okura especially have come off and given a big spark to the Pistons in this series.
Well, that's extremely important, particularly now when injuries pop up suddenly. That's a coach's biggest nightmare, that all of a sudden a key player or key players pick up injuries.
There's Okura. He is on the floor with Ben Wallace, Richard Hamilton, Chucky Atkins, and Tayshaun Prince. That's the Detroit 5 to begin the second quarter.
Full-court pressure, 76ers came out of that timeout with, too.
Wallace on top. Hamilton, Okura. Well, he just fights his way into Van Horn and somehow got it to go.
Good move. I mean, he took it hard to the left, threw a little elbow and stuck Van Horn in the chest, and then just laid up a nice little right-handed hook. But good aggressive move.
You like that?
I love that.
Don't say put that in there.
I know it. I heard him. Inside to McKee. And Aaron McKee scores. He's out there with Tyrone Hill, Keith Van Horn, Craig Buckner, and Allen Iverson. So that sets the lineups as we begin the second quarter from Philadelphia.
I believe in punishing your opponent because you know he's going to do the same to you anytime he gets a chance.
That's what I always love about you, big man.
Tyrone Hill. This time old guard Okura makes a nice little fake and got the shot away and the foul. And it's on Hill for the first time.
Well, and the great thing about what they just did is that they ended up being successful. Then they came right back to try to exploit the same weakness. The thing I love that he's doing, he's giving his fakes, but he's still making contact to try to seek to get the foul. A lot of big players will make that fake and fade and come away with nothing.
Joker at the free throw line, 37%, and it's dropping as we watch. Major League Baseball action returns tomorrow night to TBS Superstation at 10 o'clock Eastern Time as the Atlanta Braves take on the Los Angeles Dodgers on the Superstation. Over its last one. Free throw shooting now tonight. The Pistons 5 of 8 and the 76ers 1 of 2. McKee. Allen Iverson with 4 points, 2 of 6 to start. A drive and a shove and a foul. Chucky Atkins was defending, and Chucky Atkins picks up the foul. He was starting in place of the injured Billups, and Atkins with number 1.
Well, the good thing about Atkins is his quickness will help a lot more in the Billups' lack of movement out there on Allen, in particular because Ben Wallace is not as much of a threat in locking up the middle for drives.
Double teamed Iverson. McKee against the rookie Prince. The hands off to Tyrone Hill. McClure with the rebound.
Coach doing the job, man, out there. I mean, big guys standing in there really playing.
Yeah, he's a physical player.
Last 5 points he scored.
Yeah. They're going back to him again.
Nice catch inside to Hamilton. He lost it. He and the ball go out of bounds. And the turnovers now, 5 for the Pistons and 2 for the 76ers.
Still like the way Philadelphia's attacking the basket every possession. They're not settling for outside shots. They keep going to the hole, which is a good sign.
Philadelphia, by the way, plus 12 tonight in the points in the paint category. Now the mismatch Iverson against O'Clour. Let's see if he exploits it, tries to. And over the 7-footer. Rebound Buckner, volleyball's it to Allen. Nice fake. O'Clour bit across the lane and outside. Buckner for 2. Philadelphia is shooting 46% from the field.
Corey did a good job there defensively on Iverson. Didn't let it get him around and used his size, made him take a far-away jumper with a hand in his face.
He's got good feet, doesn't he?
Yeah, good movement.
Well, and I like the fact that he's not ashamed of being a big guy. Yeah. You know, even though he's big, he doesn't mind bumping around a little bit and giving himself a little space.
Jared Coleman back in the game for Philadelphia. Takes the place of Van Horn and Chucky Atkins. Atkins out of South Florida. Hamilton against a good defensive player in Aaron McKee, and the ball knocked away, and McKee picks up his 3rd personal foul. That's a concern for Coach Larry Brown. 3rd on McKee.
Tough call there. I thought that was a pretty good defensive play. Didn't bite on the fake and got in front of him. Maybe reached in and knocked the ball away, but a tough call to get your 3rd foul.
When you consider the 76ers are now sending a little help towards Hamilton because Hamilton scored most of the points right now for the Pistons. As a result of them helping, though, Hamilton is doing a good job of finding other people and making them pay for it.
Buckner is out. Snow is in. McKee is out. Kenny Thomas back in for Philadelphia. Here comes Detroit. They're shooting 42%. The 3rd steal for Iverson. Inside! Allen Iverson counted for 2 and a foul.
That's what you're talking about on Iverson's anticipation on the steal. He kind of shot a gap there on the screen, knew the pass was coming and gambled. Got in the pass lane, got the steal, and went all the way for the fast break in the layup. He's coming off. Hamilton's been coming off the screen all night. Shot the gap, was able to anticipate the pass. Then he just takes it coast to coast. And when he gets ahead of speed up there, there's no way anybody can stop him.
Well, and as soon as Allen is coming for a ball, you've got to move the ball from where you catch it or really get out in the lane of the pass so that he'll foul you because he accelerates so quickly, Kevin, as you said, that if you don't remove the ball, he'll strip you.
Iverson with 3 steals. He has led the NBA in steals 3 consecutive years.
He was 2 successive years as Defensive Player of the Year in the Big East, too, Kevin.
Hamilton, where did he play, John?
Well, he played the guard position.
No, what school did he play?
He played for some big guy.
John, a big softball. You got to whack that radio over there. Here's Coleman. A little travel by Jared Coleman. A turnover.
Well, I'll do it. I know he didn't play for Central Michigan. How's that?
There's Larry Brown. And it was a concern to some on the outside, John, when they brought Coleman back. But Larry told us, during this season and last, players wanted him, they love him, and he has just mixed so well with this team, despite what were some issues off the floor when he played at Charlotte, the then Charlotte Hornets.
Well, and Larry and Coleman have a history, Kevin, of having a good relationship. in watching Coleman, I coached against him when I was at Georgetown. I thought he was very well-rounded. This played extremely well for Bayheim. I think now he's taking advantage of the fact of a lot of big guys in the East also.
Here's John Prince working on Thomas. Thomas got that bad thigh muscle. John Barry in the game for the first time and laces one from two-point territory. John Barry puts it in. He had 6 points last night.
I think Tayshaun Prince is in the scouting report now, Dan.
Yeah, they're trying to muscle him a little bit. They say he's a little wiry strong, but he's too skinny to be strong. So I think they're kind of bumping around a little bit now.
It's Iverson. And he's now hit 2 in a row. Allen has got a Philadelphia high 9 points. Hamilton's 12, leading everybody.
And the good thing about Coleman being out on the floor and Ben Wallace guarding is Wallace is not allowed to hang around the paint as much because Coleman can step out and shoot that three, so he can't afford to just stay in the paint.
The pick and roll try with Barry and Wallace, but it goes outside to Prince, who buries the three for Detroit.
It's like that funny little shot, but I saw him in practice this morning or this afternoon, and he was knocking the ball down from the corner.
And everybody says keep your elbow in. I was watching the shoot too, man. He had his out. He hit about 12 in a row.
Eric Snow inadvertently shoved by Barry, who picks up the foul. The 76ers have led by as many as 5. The Pistons have led by as many as 4. But right now we're tangled in a one-point game in Philadelphia.
You might want to lose the suit.
They're ready for the NBA playoffs, are you? The NBA playoffs are on TNT, but you can still catch the drama of Law & Order weeknights on TNT.
3 a.m. I'm 3 for 3. Pass it to me.
Introduce yourself to Bacardi Silver 03 Premium Malt Beverage. As much fun as you can have with orange. 5% alcohol by volume. Your night just got more interesting.
It's about luxury, space, and elegance. It's about a place so comfortable and complete. You'll never want to leave. Chrysler Pacifica.
You're a smuggler, a pimp?
With the CIA.
Now we have to kill him.
Oh, Ange, enough already.
Michael Douglas, Albert Brooks.
Our son and daughter are going to be married. We're stuck with each other.
The In-Laws. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 23rd.
I think fire can be used as a tool to create beautiful things. To me, nothing tastes better than food cooked over an open fire.
The sourdough bacon cheeseburger is back at Burger King with bacon, Swiss cheese, the works on buttery toasted sourdough. It's for a limited time only, so try one now.
Word has it someone here's trying to make a collect call. Calm down, people. All you gotta do is dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you, it's cheap for them. What do you say we get up out here and go hit a disco? Or not.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
I got my 4th foul and had to go sit for the rest of the quarter. Really put us in a kind of a tough situation there. Those guys got back in the game in that period of time and did a great job of sustaining throughout the 4th quarter. Thought we made some big shots. Thought we gave ourselves a chance to win the game. They just made more plays down the stretch.
Game 5, and boy, that's going to be a beauty on Tuesday night. In fact, a great night of NBA basketball on Turner Sports. With Mavericks Kings, Game 5, and Spurs Lakers, Game 5 on Tuesday. Here's Snow after the timeout, 9 to shoot. Iverson hopping down the lane and forcing a shot into Zeli Rabracha, who just checks in for the Pistons. And a foul called on Rabracha, who is from Yugoslavia. Look at Rick Carlisle, who did, I think, about as good a job this year as he did last year when he was named the NBA Coach of the Year. I mean, the injuries they've had to go through and just the changing lineup, a new player in Hamilton coming back. Another great job by young Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, I thought he did a fantastic job. Obviously, he did a great job last year, but this year he said his team's a little bit different. He had a lot of injuries, so, you know, just a fantastic job by a young coach, and it shows through his team. They play hard, and they do a fantastic job.
In this game, we've had 4 lead changes and 3 ties. John Barry. 7.5 to play in the half here in Philadelphia. O'Poole. Spin move. Van Horn stuck with him nicely on defense as well. And Coleman with the rebound, his 5th of the game.
Well, you can tell Core definitely has a lot of confidence in his play. He's shooting the ball without any hesitancy at all. The 76ers are trying to push the pace, it appears, a little bit, too. Try to make Detroit run a little bit with it.
Nice pass, Iverson dishing to Snow and up top to Tots.
Great patience by Philadelphia there. They turned down a couple shots, passed the ball around, good penetration by Snow, and hit Thomas for an easy 15-footer.
Thomas is a tough matchup with Keyshawn Prince, though, I think, on the outside, because Keyshawn is sort of comfortable in playing out there. He's got long arms and he's got a variety of shots.
Prince, rebound by Philadelphia. They now tie the rebounding at 13 apiece, so that is all even. An inside a toss away. And the Pistons get it. Philly turns it over for a 4th time in this game. 6 on the part of the Pistons. Rapacha hooks it home. A guy who missed some, well, a good chunk of the season, about 50-plus games with a heart condition back late in the year. And helping him right there.
Yeah, Detroit's doing a good job now trying to get the ball in the paint and get some outside-inside matchups, whether they go down and then pass it out for a 3 or the big guys just go strong to the basket.
A lot of that has to do with the fact that there's no shot blocker really on the 76ers team, so it doesn't necessitate you really just playing outside.
Iverson again with another assist. He has 5 assists and 10 points.
Well, I think Thomas is used to this because playing with guys like guys he played with, Steve Francis and Latino Mobley in Houston, he's used to moving without the ball. The same thing here with Iverson. He's creating without the ball.
What a play by Garrett Coleman. The lightning quick Iverson the other way. Van Horn for 3. Rebound Allen Iverson.
Well, I tell you what, Allen is extremely quick covering, as you said, but sometimes slow people make you look even quicker.
The Philadelphia 76ers have their biggest lead tonight. They're trying to tie this series at 2 games apiece. You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT.
Hey, let's see the number. No, come on. Yeah. Man. I talked to that girl for 20 minutes. Nothing. You broke the Verizon. Verizon? You looked. I looked. I saw you look, man. Why? They're up here, man. No, how could you not look? See what she was wearing? I mean, you guys look. You gonna call her?
Yeah, real Rocky Mountain beer. Guys to drink it with.
Saturday and every Saturday, new hit movies premiere only on Stars. Premiering this Saturday.
You're breaking up with me, you useless, self-centered, superficial loser.
I just thought you had hidden depths, Will.
Oh, no. You've always had that wrong.
We'll end up childless and alone.
Well, fingers crossed, yeah.
About a boy. Premiering this Saturday on Stars. Stars is one of 12 distinct channels in the Stars Super PAC on DirecTV.
Housekeeping.
It was an ordinary day for Marissa Ventura.
Feel how the other half feels.
Until Faye opened the door.
Hello.
Hi. He thinks I'm a guest here.
That's this thing Monday night.
I don't have anything to wear. Honey, it's not what you got. It's who we know and what they got.
This is who you really are.
Maybe girl.
Jennifer Lopez, Ray Fiennes. Made in Manhattan. Rated PG-13. Now playing on Blockbuster pay-per-view movies.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Chrysler. Cars so beautifully designed and brilliantly engineered you can't help falling in love. And Bank One's Personal Platinum. Issued by us, created by you.
Trials are inherently dramatic.
You're going to see a case from beginning to end.
Now, cable's only destination for Law & Order.
TNT. TNT.
TNT.
See it weeknights on TNT. We know drama.
Welcome back to the First Union Center. We have found Carmelo Anthony sitting courtside here at this game. Carmelo, are you a big fan of any any of these particular players at this game right now?
I'm a big fan of Richard Hamilton. I came out to see Richard Hamilton play, and hopefully Detroit will pull it off.
And when you look at this, does it get you excited about your future and where you will be in this league in the very near?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to sit close to the floor and see how big the players is, and knowing what I got to do to get prepared for the next level, then I know I got to put a lot of work in.
Enjoy this one. And Kevin, you might notice his jersey is actually a Michael Jordan high school jersey that he had made.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Not bad at all, and he's sitting right next to his dad there, DIC as well. Thank you very much. John Barry inside Rabracha. Picked up by Allen Iverson, who's got 12 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. He has done it all. Here comes Snow. Outside Coleman, 3. And a rebound by Okur. 3-point shooting tonight. 76ers with 4 as they drive inside. And a Philly foul as John Barry was careening right inside. Snow picks it up. Just sweeping up that 3-point shooting. Larry Brown's team 0-4. And the Pistons 2 of 7.
Good call there. Barry being aggressive. Snow never really getting over there and establishing his feet there and just kind of flop. But good hard, aggressive play by John Barry by taking it to the basket.
That's the interesting thing about the pace. You were talking about the speed earlier, Kevin. If Chucky Atkins is not in the game, Allen is definitely going to take advantage of the quickness out there. But when you put Barry in, Barry is a slicer and a guy that wants to play a little bit of an up-tempo game.
Block shot. Over Coleman. Coleman got a hand on that shot. Nice defense by Derek Coleman. And they bring Eric Snow the other way from Canton, Ohio. Eric Snow. Keith Van Horn against Prince. Knocked away by Barry. He's had an effect on this game.
Good job by Barry coming down there, not doubling hard, but getting a hand in there and knocking the ball away.
Barry, a great 3-point shooter. Rebound inside. Ripped off the iron by Van Horn.
See, and Barry is challenging everything out there. You know, that's what you like about him, too. The pace even changes totally with the Detroit Pistons defense and offense when Barry is in because he's a go-getter. He's a very aggressive player.
That was just a smart play by Iverson there. He got the ball, saw Barry try to steal it, actually slowed down to look for him and kind of stopped right in front of him and got the foul.
Iverson, we mentioned before the 5 assists tonight. He had 16 the last 2 nights and 31 assists in this series so far as he drills his first one.
Well, he doesn't mind the assists as long as he gets the field goal attempts. The assists are fine. A lot of touches, a lot of field goal attempts. He'll be very charitable about this.
FGAs.
And he gets a lot of assists off his missed shots, too, because when he misses a shot, those guys crash the boards and get offensive rebounds.
They're going to take out Barry, and they're going to take out Okur. They bring back in Ben Wallace. They bring back in Rip Hamilton. Here comes Tyrone Hill for Van Horn. So substitutions with about 4.5 to play in this first half from a sold-out First Union Center in Philadelphia.
It's like your guy Danny Ainge used to drive around Phoenix with FGA license plates on the back of his car, so you knew what he was thinking.
That's all he thought.
Well, I know he sure didn't have assist on his license plate. I can tell you that now.
He's flying back to his Chucky Atkins, screened by Wallace. Hamilton lasers one inside to Rabracha. Tayshaun Prince for 3. He's buried one. He misses there. And Thomas gobbles up the rebound. Thomas last night had 14 rebounds for the Philadelphia 76ers. Coleman, Derek Coleman continues the fire in this game.
Well, the good thing about that is that Thomas got the rebound, Coleman got the strong post up. The Sixers need both of those guys to be aggressive on the inside.
And you're talking about a guy who's in his mid-30s in the second game of the back-to-back and not showing any sign of age whatsoever.
No, you can't in this type of year. And he understands that this may be his last chance at a title run. He's played this league a long time, and he wants to go out there, provide a lot of energy and spark, and do what he can to help his team. And that play, he ran down hard, got a good low post up. Kenny Thomas hit him with a perfect pass, just turned, and he got a little left-hand hook shot.
The Philadelphia 76ers, their biggest lead of 10 on an 11-2 run right now, and they've done a lot of it inside, John.
Well, which is very important for this team, particularly when you look at this. Van Horn goes in, he attacks the basket, as Dan Molly's been saying. Now another attack of the basket. The 76ers aren't just being satisfied with the outside shot. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Detroit defense and testing Ben Wallace's inside mobility.
Iverson leads the game with 14 points, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And Richard Hamilton leads the Detroit Pistons with his 12 points. Hamilton began the game 5 of 5. He has missed the last 3.
Well, one of the reasons he's missed the last 3 is that the 76ers have paid more attention to him. He started off when Detroit had 18 points. He had 12 of them. So now they've got to get more attention. See, they're trapping him now, Kevin.
He's in a straitjacket. Can he get out? He's shoved, and he is fouled. And Tyrone Hill was the one doing the bumping and the grinding and picks up the foul. And that is the second on Hill, a guy that Larry Brown plucked off the waiver wire when he was let go by Cleveland late in the year.
You're right, Coach. They're coming right after him, right after the double team. They're not letting him set up and either go one-on-one, so they're attacking him, trying to take the ball out of his hands.
Kevin called him straitjacket. His child brutality.
Yeah,
they're beating him up now.
Like a torture chamber. Here comes Atkins and picked up by Allen Iverson. Bill Robinson pounded by Coleman, and they got Snow on Hamilton. Doubled by Coleman. And that's the new philosophy on Rip, John. You called it. Atkins with the fake and the scoop and a 24-second shot clock violation.
Good job by Philadelphia recognizing that Hamilton was hurting them. They go take the ball in their hands and did a good job of rotating, causing a 24-second clock to run out. There is Hamilton trying to post up the smaller Snow. Derek Coleman recognizes it, goes right over, puts pressure on, makes a long cross-court pass. Too much time.
Here's Snow. Iverson, Atkins is on him. Look at Iverson, giving a different move with every part of his body. Great feed to Coleman, down the baseline. And off the fingertips of Coleman, off the Philadelphia 76ers, and back to Detroit. The Pistons will have it. They are shooting 37% from the field.
You notice
Detroit, John, has had just one field goal in the last 5 minutes of play.
And Kevin, it's interesting. You talk about Allen's quickness. When Atkins is on him, he needs a screen to get open because Atkins is also quick. When somebody else is on him from the Pistons team, he can just isolate and go on his own.
Hamilton, Robinson. Rebound by Derek Coleman, and here come the Philadelphia 76ers shooting 51%. A great shooting first half. Wallace has the rebound. He's got 8 rebounds and 2 points.
What I'm impressed with Allen is when I used to play against him, he was always looking for a shot and sometimes took some real bad shots. Let's see here now, he's finding the open man to give him the ball when they're open.
Coleman has had a very nice first half for the 76ers. Altered that shot, got the steal, and here's Iverson. Finds a gap, sneaks his way through, kicks it outside. Coleman, Iverson. That kid is sensational. He's got a game-high 16 points, and John, he is off the 12 in this second quarter alone.
Well, as Dan Marlin said, he's picking his spots a lot better. As long as he knows he's going to get his shot, now he's matured to the point of understanding that I can be patient and still get those shots. Larry Brown had an assistant picking him up, though, Kevin.
Yep.
To me, when I'm performing, when I'm on the road, friends and family, having them near and keeping
On the road and stuck trying to get business email in all the wrong places? Get Verizon Wireless Email Access and your data will travel on America's most reliable wireless network.
Can you hear me now? Good.
For all your company's wireless needs, we mean business. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Don't we need broccoli? I think I need a haircut.
Kids who can't wait to go on everyday errands?
How are we on gas?
Here's why. Bank One introduces Disney's Visa Credit Card. The new way to turn your everyday spending into magical Disney rewards. Disney's new Visa Card.
You don't know what I had to do to get here.
Only from Bank One.
No one ever ruled the world. But one man came close. Caesar. Sunday, June 29th at 8 on TNT.
The Philadelphia 76ers have their biggest lead tonight of 12 with another breathtaking performance in every category by the Olympian to be Allen Iverson.
Well, that's what the jump is about. I mean, penetrating, beautiful dish, rewards the big guy for making the cut. Then now you see him penetrating again and jumping off and beating one of his big guys. That keeps it working for you on the board. Now off of the steal that we were talking about, he's putting pressure on the defense, takes the hit, goes to the basket, makes the layup. And this one, he stepped back, shot a jump shot. The beauty of Allen Iverson is not just his quickness, but his stamina. He has an unreasonable amount of stamina for somebody with that kind of size and quickness.
And I don't think there's a guy tougher pound for pound in this league. Where he goes in and gets the contact and just continues to play hard for his size is amazing.
You're absolutely right. Everybody talks about what he does off the court. I used to wake him up and tell him to go out. I think when he was out, he was better than when he was in.
Chauncey Billups is back in. The 76ers on a 13-2 run. It's Wallace to Prince, and Robinson throws up a three. It's loose and vacuumed in by Ben Wallace.
Really good intensity on the defense of the 76ers.
Snow, shot by Wallace and a foul on Ben Wallace.
Very good, intense defensive possession by the 76ers.
Yeah, they're doing a great job scrambling, double teaming, getting on the boards.
Oh, it was a touch.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a foul there.
We earlier in the game talked about points in the paint, inside points. It is staggering to think that Philadelphia is plus 18 in that category right now in Detroit.
Well, it's because they're taking the ball in the basket so often. Every chance they get, they're penetrating and either shooting the layup or finding the open man. And on the other end of the court, the Sixers are kind of packing in and making the Detroit Pistons take a lot of outside jumpers.
Coming up in the Verizon at the half, Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet and Charles Barkley. They'll have a live look at Game 4 between the Mavs and Kings and highlights of the Spurs and Lakers Game 4. And Snow knocks it in. The 76ers tonight from the stripe, 6 of 9. Pistons, 5 of 8.
They're doing a good job on the boards, too. They're beating Detroit on the board, which is critical in this game.
Detroit, no points in the last 5 minutes and only 2 in the last 6. They are just dying for something. And Hamilton trying to concoct something inside as the Pistons have gone 0 for their last 8 from the floor. The Philadelphia foul is called inside on Eric Snow for a second time.
One of the reasons the Pistons are dying for something, Kevin, as you indicated, is the fact that Hamilton had been doing so much of the scoring early that now Larry changed and starts sending people at him, start trapping and keeping the ball out of his hands. And that puts pressure on the other players on Detroit to step up now.
Are we going to send out any Mother's Day greetings, guys?
Oh, I would love
I'll start now. I'll start and say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Madeline, up tonight, Egg Harbor, Wisconsin, just north of Green Bay, and to my beautiful wife, Ann. Wish we could be with them tonight.
That's right. And I'd like to send to my mom in Traverse City, Michigan, and then my wife, Tina, back in Phoenix, and the 4 kids, Madison, Mackenzie, Mia, and Max.
Beautiful.
And I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the lovely mothers that are out there.
You are Mr. Diplomacy. It's Snow, knocked away by the lunging Wallace, picked up by Snow at the second to shoot, and picked up by Rip Hamilton. Billups, tripped, Wallace, Tayshaun Prince has played a lot of minutes, but he has not really dented this game so far. Like he has in other appearances. Billups for 3, Johnson 0 for 3. Saves it though.
So, and that's a good thing. Ben Wallace ran that down. And, he was moving and going after because that's what he does. They need him to get rebounds on both boards.
That tends to happen sometimes when you're scrambling so much and double teaming that you can't get back and box out one man. So a lot of offensive rebounds are going to happen there, but they're doing a good job of taking long outside shots.
Rebounding tonight, 76ers are +4 in that category. And we've seen the 16 by Iverson leading Philadelphia and the 13 by Hamilton, who's at the line right now. And he's got 13 points, and from the free throw line, he's been sensational, 91% in these playoffs as Keith Van Horn sets the check back in for Tyrone Hill.
Well, and that's great. That's one reason why a guy like that can get open, because if you know that a guy can make shots once he's fouled, you're a little bit more reluctant to foul him. But as you mentioned about Prince, Prince is going to be a great player. He is a great player, but the scouting report now is out on him.
That's right.
He was a surprise early, but no longer is he a surprise. But as Rick told us, he loves his demeanor out on the court. The kid isn't intimidated by the playoffs.
How long are those arms on him? If he put feathers on his arms, he could fly out of this building everywhere. He's got the longest arms.
Well, and it's good you say that because you measure the guy by the length of his arms, not by the top of his head, because that's what he gets rebounds and shoot shots with.
Allen Iverson with the miss. Final seconds. Here's Snow. They'll reload in the 20-second timeout. Nice move by Snow to reload that offense.
Yeah, good chance. Now Coach Johnson, Larry Brown could get over there and make a nice diagram play. Probably give it to Allen, let him penetrate, either create a shot for somebody else or make one himself.
So, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if they didn't come out with a very good shot opportunity here, because this is what Larry is excellent at. Being able to come out of timeout situations and come out with something constructive. And really 4 seconds, almost 5 seconds is a hell of a lot of time when you've got it under your basket.
So John, you and I have seen endless Larry Brown practices, and as many games and practices as you have coached, you always come away saying that guy is some kind of coach. You talk about Larry Brown.
Well, I'm fascinated going to his practices because I love his enthusiasm. He loves the game. You know, you talk about how long he's been coaching, the many places he's been coaching, but Larry Brown, even when we went in there today, was in the locker room doodling with plays, fooling around. But I've just loved going to his practices and watch how much he's involved.
Van Horn, Coleman, nice pass inside to Allen Iverson. No foul, or did they? Yep, they called it. They got it with a second 8 remaining on the clock. And Hamilton picks up his second. What a pass by Derek Coleman to a slashing Allen Iverson.
Well, it's a great play because they know Iverson's going to get the ball, so Hamilton was overplaying him, and Allen just back cut him because they knew they weren't going to allow him to get the ball. And a great play designed by Coach Brown and a good recognition on the pass.
That's one of those things about Coleman that maybe it really doesn't stand out his passing, but for a big guy, and I hate to use that, John, in front of you, but
I resented for a big guy.
He's a nice passer.
Oh boy, you talk about gym rats with players. We were talking about Larry. He's a coaching rat. He's a guy that hangs around and loves it. You know, would do it for nothing and do it at any level for nothing.
But Coleman has had a nice night tonight.
Yeah, he really has. He's got 4 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks, and like I said, another good pass there. So he brings a lot to this team with his ability and his.
That's good if it goes. Launched by Hamilton, missed by Hamilton, and the Philadelphia 76ers, who won last night 93-83, are trying to tie this series at 2 wins apiece should they win tonight. And they end the first half on a 15-5 run, and they lead at halftime 43-32. It's Mother's Day. We're in Philadelphia, the Eastern Conference semifinals. Let's now take you to our studios with Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, and Sir Charles. Plate, you can get right there, the gold plate standard on the three. A lot of things.
To be really concerned about is the fact that Chauncey Billups, and when you start to look at this, you start to look at field goal percentage. The Pistons are shooting 31-49, about a 76ers rebounds, 23-8 to 18 points in the paint, 28-10. Sounds like the same old story.
That is our Jeep game summary.
Well, and one of the things that you really look at, we started off there with a health report. Ben Wallace seems to be adequate. I mean, I think he's still hurt. You know, you look at Chauncey Billups, though, you really wonder if you're up 2-1, whether maybe he should have not played. You know, wait a little bit and then see, because you wonder how far he'll go without being hurt worse.
All right, T, what do you have?
Kevin, with the exception of Rip Hamilton, no Piston has more than one made field goal. Rick Carlisle saying we need more player movement, we need more ball movement at the offensive end. He thought they had good looks early that just didn't fall. Meanwhile, for the Sixers, Larry Brown said this game would be won on the glass, and with their defense, +5 in the rebounding, they held them to less than 32% field goal shooting, and he loved his team's energy.
Pistons have missed their last 10 shots in the first half. They come in here now to the second with Robinson, Wallace, Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, and Michael Curry. The Philadelphia 76ers with Keith Van Horn. They've got Iverson, Coleman, Kenny Thomas, and Snow. That sets up the lineups to begin this second half here at the capacity-filled First Union Center in downtown Philadelphia. And this is Snow. That's a good way for him to start his second half.
Well, he's an extremely great compliment to Allen Iverson, too, because obviously his offensive abilities are more than he uses, but he really dedicates most of his time to setting screens, to helping, and to defending as he is doing right now with Billups.
Billups for three, right between the eyes as Chauncey Billups gets his first points in 15 minutes of work.
And that's good for him. Snow actually fell down there, so he got actually a good shot at it, but it's nice to be able to see him. He's out there playing on a lot of guts, because we can tell his ankle is really bothering him, so it's nice to see him hit that shot.
Well, it's no question about it, because that's the thing that I was saying about whether he should have maybe even just set out this game.
Iverson got a Kenny Thomas screen. Rebound by the hustling Michael Curry. Now back to Rip Hamilton, who began 5 of 5. Off to Curry. Oh, and he slams, dropping the sledgehammer. Michael Curry.
Slams. How about try a dribble? My goodness.
He did the Dr. J without the dribble.
My goodness. My goodness.
Into Coleman, gotten back at Wallace, who still is right there, but nonetheless, Coleman finds 2, and he's got 6 points.
And Wallace is not as effective. I know he's hurt, but he's not as effective when the guy that he's guarding has the ball, because you can close the space. He's a better defender when he's coming over to give the help.
Wallace a screen for Billups. Rebound for Hamilton. Coleman. Snow. 3-on-3. Eric Snow. He's hit 2 in a row. And Snow now with 9, along with 3 assists.
Well, Snow is just attacking Billups right now, and I don't blame him, because he knows that Chauncey is not as healthy as he should be, but make him use it. Make it so for the next game.
There's Billups with that move on Van Horn and Clifford Robinson.
Good job by there. They got the switch on the pick and roll, and he had Snow in the post. Made the pass out. Billups made a quick left-handed drive and hit Robinson for a 15-footer. Look out there. Looks like a mass shooter. Everybody's in.
It's a playoff. Iverson. Here come the Pistons. They're shooting 35% from the field.
See, and Chauncey's inability to have mobility creates a problem for the other players, other than probably Rip on Detroit's team, because then the 76ers don't have to help as much, and they aren't open.
It's Billups for 3 again. Rebound off the fingertips of Hamilton, picked up by Allen Iverson and the Sixers, shooting 50% come the other way.
And Billups is just shooting basically a set shot. I think he's afraid to bear weight on those legs.
Coleman. Wallace got caught up in a screen. Couldn't get out there to defend.
Great play there. He just curled, Van Horn curled off the pick, kind of pinned Coleman's man. Coleman just stepped back. And that's what he does so effectively, being 6'10", 6'11", be able to step out and shoot that shot.
I know we're talking about the injuries for these shooters, like Chauncey Billups with the ball right now. But Dan, you were a shooter, and how important are legs and feet for a shooter?
Well, I was a set shooter, so it didn't matter to me. So, I can get it, but it's bad, because you're not putting the weight on the proper foot, and it's hard to get your momentum. So Plus, he's just standing out there. He's a guy who has to create. He takes the ball to the basket well. He makes a lot of shots off the dribble, so he's not able to do that.
And shooters, Kevin, get other guys' shots. When he's hurt, he doesn't demand as much attention. As a result of it, you're playing everybody up honestly now. So as a result of Chauncey not being able to do what he usually does, he's the best one-on-one player they have. The other guys are being guarded closely, and that's why they're not getting easy shots.
Eric Snow just picked up his third personal foul. Hamilton slammed in by an uncovered and untouched Ben Wallace.
Well, that's what a healthy Ben Wallace does. So that looks good that he was able to come in and fly, but he hasn't been able to do it all game. So, it's been a tough situation for Detroit.
Johnny Thomas down low called for a foul for the Philadelphia 76ers. He is touched for his first foul tonight.
And Cliff Robinson did a good job of baiting him into that. He bumped him and then he accentuated the push in return by Thomas.
76ers have led by 13. The Pistons have led by as many as 4. Here comes Hamilton.
See, Hamilton's the only Piston that's requiring help from the 76ers.
Look at how quick Iverson is. All you can do is hold on for dear life, and that's what Chauncey Billups did right there.
Well, and the fans are getting angry, but what Chauncey really did is held Allen so he wouldn't fall on the floor.
Timeout taken. Iverson has put in a game-high 17. Rip Hamilton has put in a Piston-high 15 points. You're watching the Eastern Conference semifinals on TNT.
Maybe this isn't the best time to say it, but I think you're really beautiful.
Well, I've always been attracted to you too, Paul.
Wait, hold on one sec, babe. Excuse me?
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines for just $39 to $99 each way when you purchase by May 12th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Mom, Dad, we're here.
Oh, great.
Oh!
The Hyundai Sonata with America's best warranty.
Boy, am I hungry.
When life keeps getting better, you win.
New revolution.
I am glamorous. So what?
I am always looking ahead, never behind.
I am not afraid to lose, but I don't like it.
I am not as sweet as you think I am.
I am on a journey, but I am not alone.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Hyundai. When your car comes with America's best warranty, you win. And Amstel Light, the beer drinkers like beer.
We've had 4 lead changes and 3 ties in this game, and time now for Thunder Dan's forecast.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Thunder Dan's forecast. Good to see some thunder out there. If the Kings have any chance of tying this series, they're going to have to do something with Nick Van Exel. He has been actually been Nick Van Excellent, scoring in any way possible. He's averaged 32 points, 6 assists, 58% field goal percentage, 48 from the threes, and had 40 points in Game 3. Game 4 is crucial for the Kings. If they want to win, they got to find a way to stop that guy.
Well, I'll tell you, 58-40, those are serious numbers.
Here comes Coleman, looping it up, getting his own miss, digging inside, and a foul called The Philadelphia 76ers tonight are plus 18 in points in the paint.
Well, that's a smart thing to do, and particularly when you know that Ben is hurt out there. They're trying to attack him and challenge him, make him use as much energy as he possibly can use out there.
Allen Iverson dancing on Hamilton and scoops it home to Kenny Thomas. Another assist for Allen Iverson, who has passed it out 6 times tonight.
And that's what Chauncey Billups is not able to do because of the lack of mobility. Pull the defense and help his teammates. Everybody talks about what you can do for yourself when you're hurt, but great shooters and great scorers get other players open.
Hamilton 0 for his last 7. Again, 5 of 5. Clifford Robinson maneuvering forward position. The Pistons are -3 in rebounding tonight.
And the amazing thing is we got Iverson and Hamilton guarding each other, and they're being the best offensive players. So it's pretty much going to come down to who wears out first.
That's Coleman with the rebound right there. He has got 12 rebounds and 8 points. Great game tonight for Derek Coleman. Van Horn, what a pass into Coleman. Knocked away by Wallace and picked up by the Detroit Pistons, and they send Chauncey Billups the other way.
And that's another thing Iverson did well. When he caught a back screen on him, and Hamilton didn't want to leave Iverson in fear he could get open. And Coleman had a wide open layup.
Pistons have knocked down 3 3-pointers tonight. None so far from 3-point territory for Philadelphia. Hamilton knocked away by Coleman, picked up by Thomas. Iverson, 3-on-2. He got the deflected pass. He dives inside. Picked up by Curry. And the other way to go as we approach 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
And the energy level of Allen is amazing. You know, his persistence and his stamina.
Hamilton knocks it down. And for Rip Hamilton now, he ties Iverson's 17 for the game.
76ers didn't like the last call, obviously by the crowd's reaction, but they can't afford to get caught up in that. They've got to stay focused and play.
Iverson's missed his last 4. He was shoved that time and fouled. He's trying to keep his wits about him. John, you know, for his size, a foul was called on Hamilton, who's got 3. He's not quite 6'1", and he can't be more than 175 pounds.
I always thought, Kevin, that he was 7 feet tall and was 400 pounds. That's how I measured Allen Iverson.
Well, his heart,
the amount of heart that he had.
But here's my point. Is there a guy that size that takes as much a beating in the NBA physically as Iverson does?
Well, there are not many big guys in the NBA, Kevin, who are willing to pay the price with their body. That's why they've all turned into jump shooters. Very few post-up guys and very few guys who will go to the basket. But that's the thing that I respect about it, is that he's willing to take the hit, not just somebody launching up deep shots.
Derek Coleman getting a standing ovation for what has been a scintillating night with his longtime veteran, 13 years in the NBA.
Well, he's doing a lot of hustling out there for life. One of the things that Coleman is so good at, he's so versatile in being able to go outside, inside. Now he's trying to capitalize on his inside game because that's what the 76ers need.
Sixers are 9 of 13 from the free throw line, and Detroit 8 of 12, so basically the same. Hamilton. He carried it. Called it. Violation on Hamilton. Turnovers. 6 for the 76ers and 12 turnovers for the Detroit Pistons.
Well, that's one of the things, too, Kevin, you mentioned about Allen that I always respected about him. Regardless of what, this kid wanted to win, and he was competitive. He played hard at both ends of the floor.
They got Hamilton on Iverson. And there goes Allen. Wheeling down the lane. Another sensational play by Allen Iverson with the game-high 21. And Iverson is fired up, and the crowd is on their feet. And the Philadelphia 76ers have their biggest lead tonight. They're on a 12-6 run, led by the answer, Allen Iverson.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Midnight Tea Times at the Iceland Open, presented by Amstel Light. Go to AmstellLight.com to win yours.
she had a boyfriend.
The Hyundai Tiburon, with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. When you can be counted on, you win.
Midnight Tea Times at the Iceland Open, presented by Amstel Light. Go to AmstellLight.com to win yours.
This month, take a voyage into fear. For just $4.99, catch a frightening double feature starring 2 tales of horror and suspense on the open sea.
We have got to get off this boat now.
First, book a passage to terror on board Ghost Ship. Then, hold your breath and watch Nicole Kidman in the suspense classic, Dead Calm. That's 2 spine-chilling movies for the low price of $4.99. Only on Blockbuster Pay-Per-View Movies. Set sail now.
I have been faithful to my wife since we met in college. You're vital to me.
We get into it and argue, and I'm sick of it.
I don't think it's natural to be monogamous.
And you don't want to mess with perfect marriage.
I am not the marrying kind.
You just remember, it can all end in a snap.
God, I have a great husband. Go under.
Out of Order series premiere Sunday, June 1st, 10/9 Central, only on Showtime. Get Showtime Unlimited. Added for $12 or less per month. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to order now.
Richard Hamilton carrying the load of Detroit's offense here tonight, and we're with his mom, Pam, and he's chasing Allen Iverson around, and Allen is chasing your son. Has he talked at all about that matchup in this series?
Oh, yeah. He said that he knew coming in here that they'd be chasing around each other, so he had to get plenty of rest so they can run around on the court together.
I know he is the pride of Coatesville, Richard is, but have you enjoyed that this is a series that's in your own backyard?
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's been great. The fans have been great. Very competitive, but they've been great. And he's just been having a great time here, being close to home with family and friends and everything. So he's having a wonderful time in the playoffs.
And what did your son do for you for Mother's Day?
Well, I have a dozen red roses. We went out for dinner. We got a few things at home he surprised me with, so it's been a wonderful day.
And now you're hoping for the victory, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks, Pam. Kevin?
Richard Hamilton just knocked one in. He's got 12 points in the first quarter. Had that cold spell. 7 points since then. He's got 19 for the game. That was a happy mom and a good job by Oh, they tried to go high to Van Horn, who could not lasso the pass, and here comes Chauncey Billups the other way.
So Rip's got to find somebody to help him. He's doing it all for the Pistons. There's not one guy who stepped up and done anything to help him. And maybe the 2 rookies out there are going to have to step up again as they did earlier in this playoff series.
Here comes Iverson weaving through traffic. Somehow locates Tyrone Hill. He goes on top for Kenny Thomas. Oker, who's back in the game, along with Prince. We've got Wallace, Billups, and Hamilton. That is the Detroit 5 in the game now, approaching 3 minutes to play in the third.
I thought when John Barry was in, he created some action also. I'd love to see him get back in there.
A little energy, right, John?
Exactly. You know, because he torments you. He gets involved defensively. He gets out and creates problems offensively.
Van Horn just picked up his 3rd foul. He is one of numerous 76ers with 3, but no one with 4. And with the Detroit Pistons, they've got only 1 player with 3, and that's Richard Hamilton. NBA.com has compiled the 10 best shots in NBA playoff history. Log on to see the candidates and vote for the best shot only on NBA.com or on America Online, keyword NBA. With Dan Marley, John Thompson, and D. Lynam, Kevin Harlan from Philadelphia as Oker hits his first.
Chauncey Billups just went out of the game, and Atkins came in, Kevin. I tell you what, they're going to have to really do some work on his ankle to get him ready for the next game, because after testing it, you can see he was fooling with it now. He's going to be really sore.
Yeah, he didn't wonder if maybe we'll even come back into this game thinking about that, knowing that they don't probably play till Wednesday, so he could sit out and not further, make this sore for the next game.
10-point Sixer lead. They've led most of the game. Detroit's been up by as many as 4. That was earlier. Here's Iverson. Doubled and trapped, and down low they go, and no one home. Kicked out of bounds. Shot clock at 14. 2:37 to play in the third. From the floor, the Philadelphia 76ers shooting 48%. Pistons 36%.
The thing that the 76ers have to do defensively is to keep their intensity, because when a team substitutes, a lot of times you've got a reasonable lead. You tend to become a little lackadaisical, and the guys off of the bench put them back in the game.
Pistons +1 in rebounding. Hamilton inside, counted for 2 and a foul. That came at a big time for the Detroit Pistons, and Hamilton, who had that cold spell when he missed 5, making 7 consecutive shots, has been relit.
See off that pick and roll, Coleman just kind of stuck a hand out and didn't really show or didn't help at all. So he was able to turn the corner, get in the paint, and draw the contact and make the foul. I'd like to see the 76ers take the ball out of his hands, either trap him aggressively or even switch. But don't do one, don't go halfway. You got to do one or the other.
And I think that's a very crucial point now with this 2 minutes and 22 seconds. The 76ers definitely don't want to give Detroit any encouragement right now.
Game high 22 for Hamilton. Iverson's got 21 and he's got the ball, and he's picked up by Chucky Atkins. No call, spoon feeding Hill. A 7th assist for Allen Iverson.
Great interior pass, though. He committed himself up in here in big traffic and got it to the big guy.
Might have got away with a little push there, I think. Atkins maybe flopped for a little bit, but he kind of fended him off there with the left arm.
Tyrone Hill is gimpy as he goes the other way on defense. There's Prince, Tayshaun Prince, tossing it down low, and it whistles out of bounds. And that is the 6th turnover in this quarter for the Detroit Pistons, and Hill is really in anguish. Lenny Courier is the trainer for you see him right there, for the 76ers, will go out and tend to his big man.
Well, that's the push that Danny was talking about. Great penetration, got it to the big guy. One thing that's good about a penetrating guard is that he gets his big people uncontested shots, and that's always a luxury for a team when you have a penetrating guard.
There's a timeout with 1:50 to play in the 3rd quarter.
E-server.
E-server.
E-server. E-server. These are not normal servers. They're better than that. They adjust and predict.
So you'll never see rats.
For systems like Linux and other types, too.
They love open standards. No kidding, it's true.
For big firms and small firms.
And those in the middle.
E-server's the answer to your business riddle.
They're flexible, bendable,
super reliable.
Utterly viable.
Give them a triable.
IBM eServer X Series features the Intel Xeon processor.
I don't believe we've met. We still haven't, sir.
Means staying alive. See The Art of War. Friday night at 8 on TNT.
We're in Philadelphia. The Detroit Pistons lead this Eastern Conference semifinal 2-1. The 76ers won last night by 10. Detroit won Game 2 in overtime, 104-97. They also won Game 1 by 10. These two teams split the season series, 2 wins apiece. After the timeout, take a look at Hill. He is on the bench. We'll get an update from the D line moments from now. Kenny Thomas, key in there. Here comes Iverson. Spitting on that baseline. Thomas knocked away inside by Okura and not out of bounds. It hit the rim, so a fresh 24 and 1:35 to play in the third.
Kenny Thomas is just living off of Allen Iverson, off his penetration. He has a knack for going to the open spot and making sure Iverson knows where he's at, and he's being the recipient of a lot of easy passes and good dunks and good layups.
Pulled right calf is the word from D-Lineham on the injury to Tyrone Hill. More coming up. Iverson pulls the pass. McKee over Wallace. Nice shot by Aaron McKee.
Great play by Aaron McKee, because Allen threw it to him off center, and he had to regroup and get his balance and get the shot.
Allen Iverson has his 8th assist of the game. They go into Prince, guarded by Thomas. Little 2-man game. Prince. Rebound inside, hink off the rim for a 13th time tonight by Derek Coleman.
Great thing about what Coleman is doing is that he's a very versatile player, but he's using that versatility to take advantage of the needs of the 76ers.
Coleman set that screen as Iverson was free to fire, and here comes Rip Hamilton, 40 seconds remaining in the third.
I don't know if it is a little trap.
Good trap, you're right. Prince for three. On his own miss. Atkins buries the three-point shot.
And that's what Coach Brown was talking to earlier. They said that when they get the offensive rebounds, a lot of their three-point shots come off of that. They get the offensive rebound, they automatically find the guy at the three-point line. They've done that a couple times in that.
Speaking of Prince, who took that three and missed, he is 1 of 6 tonight. Easily his poorest performance so far in this particular series.
Yeah, he's going to have some poor performance, but I still like the way he plays. He always hustles. He knows what he's doing. He's looking for the right man, so he's going to be a very, very good player in this league.
You sound like Danny. I didn't know guys Danny in.
I wouldn't put that on any day. But I agree with Dan. I love Prince's attitude. I mean, the guy is not afraid, and you get in this kind of competition, you're a rookie for the first time. He's showing great courage.
Difference of 4 seconds, game clock, shot clock. Iverson with the dance, and he fires. And it's picked up by Okur. Here comes Atkins. He'll try to beat the buzzer. Just hit a three, launching another. And that's how the third quarter comes to a close. The Pistons have now got a single-digit deficit. They came back a bit because Hamilton caught fire. But Philadelphia trying to even this series, still on top at the end of 3. The Sixers 61, the Pistons 53 on TNT.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's learning how at our do-it-herself workshops for women. It's a new passion. It's comfort to ask questions. And more questions. Self-reliance, not someone else reliance. Turn wondering how into know-how at our do-it-yourself workshops. The Home Depot, you can do it. We can help. Join us Wednesday, May 14th for our free workshops. To register, visit us online or stop by your local Home Depot.
Unexpected can be planned for. Tires with proven stopping power on the wings of Goodyear.
At Alpha Theta Theta make a collect call.
We down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. Free for you and cheap for them.
And by them, I mean
all the fly honeys.
Yeah. Now break it down.
1-800-CALLATT.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Let's see what this thing can do. Bring it home.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Rated PG-13 at theaters Friday, June 6th.
The all-new 265 horsepower Nissan Maxima.
We're back back in Philadelphia with the 76ers on top 61-53. The Philadelphia 76ers, Dan, plus 22 in the paint. That is a staggering advantage.
Yeah, we talked about how aggressive they are. They're getting the ball to the basket. It's amazing. They only had 9 free throws, but they're not shooting a lot of outside shots. They're going to the basket, being aggressive. They're making layups themselves or getting the wide open jumper off the penetration.
We begin the fourth quarter with Iverson, McKee, Coleman, Van Horn, and Kenny Thomas. McKee taking it right down the middle and fouled as he pierced the lane.
These early possessions, Kevin, are extremely important to the 76ers because I think the Pistons have picked up a little confidence late in that third quarter there. That's why Larry Brown was so furious about that offensive rebound. 76ers got to get a good start here in the fourth quarter.
McClure, along with Prince, Wallace, Hamilton, and Atkins, begin the fourth quarter for the Detroit Pistons. The free throw shooting in the game, 76ers 9 of 14, the Pistons 11 of 15.
Pistons came out with pressure, too. You got Atkins in, who's a lot faster, more mobile than Chauncey was.
Aaron McKee was born in Philadelphia. He was raised in Philadelphia. He played his college ball in Philadelphia, and here he is playing for the NBA team in this wonderful city. Prince slashing this time, taking it inside, and picked up by the aforementioned Aaron McKee. Got a dribble to go, too. A little globetrotter work.
Prince kind of flopped a little bit on that, although he was hit. He's not old enough yet in the league to get that call.
Prince is 1 of 7. He was just looking for a shot tonight. He is clearly frustrated. The foul is called on Okura, who's got his first foul tonight. We asked Rick Carlisle, the coach of the Pistons, about the arm length, which is at least a 7-foot-plus wingspan of Tayshaun Prince, and the only guy he could think of to compare it to was Sam Perkins. I thought that was a pretty good comparison.
It's a very good comparison. Both those guys have incredible arm length, and as Coach said, it's not how tall you are, it's how high you can reach up. So he's going to be able to do a lot in his league with his size.
Marcus Camby comes to mind, too, as Derek Coleman has got a double-double, 10 points and 13 rebounds.
That's where Derek is so dangerous because he's so good inside, as we've said, but he is capable of stepping up, got it and playing. He's going to make that shot.
Hamilton tried to slide it inside, knocked away. Here's a 3-on-1. Iverson, McKee, Van Horn. Booker has it. Want to break the other way, but Philly had a couple defenders back, namely Snow and Coleman.
And they do a great job of that. Philly's a great defensive team, but Allen may be a little too late in throwing that pass.
Coleman picks up the foul. That's the second on him. As Ben Wallace tried to steamroll his way down the baseline.
And we just got done talking about Prince out there. You saw his long arms getting that block on Van Horn leading the break.
The thing that I was impressed with Prince is that when Rick Carlisle said when he was at Kentucky, he was like 4th in the history of the school in shot blocks or something.
Melvin Turpin, Sam Bowie, I mean, they've had some sensational big men at that school as Wallace missing his first attempt. Coming up on TNT, the Mavericks and the Kings from Sacramento. If you like pinball and track meets and everything that moves at the speed of light, you're going to love that. Game 4 on deck. Monday Night Celtics, Tuesday Kings, Mavs, and the Los Angeles Lakers. If you didn't hear, won again today. They've even up that series with the San Antonio Spurs at 2 wins apiece.
And again, Detroit comes out with pressure, trying to force the tempo a little bit this game.
It's Iverson, the mismatch on Wallace. Snow, Coleman screen. Back to Iverson. He'll try to exploit, and does. Allen Iverson with 23, a game high.
Not bad defense there by Ben Wallace. He actually got a hand in his face. Allen's just so talented, he was able to hit the shot.
Wallace. Iverson almost knocked it away. Wallace got it back.
Well, Wallace isn't a hell of a dribbling when he's healthy. He's got to be careful now, for sure.
You see that fake by Hamilton? He got even Iverson back on his heels.
Well, Rick has become so mature offensively there. I mean, we showed earlier him curling, him catching and shooting, his penetrating, ball face.
Little shootout here, 24 for Hamilton, 23 from Allen Iverson. 10-point Philly lead. Again, they got Wallace on Iverson. It's a bump and a foul.
Well, I don't see him going away from that play at all. If they can do that, they can have Ben Wallace on Allen Iverson. If they get tired of that, they can take Van Horn down in the post on Atkins. So there's a couple ways they can go on that play.
What are they thinking?
I don't know.
Thinking about Mother's Day.
I don't know. You know, Iverson has not rested tonight. He's played every minute of the game, every second of the clock.
Well, he's got tremendous stamina, Kevin. That's what I said earlier. Everybody talks about his speed, but one of the things that I've always been impressed with him is how long he can go hard. Just now how hard he can go.
Iverson's got 25, and the Sixers lead by 12.
And on that play, Atkins actually went under the screen, which definitely doesn't work because Allen's too good of a shooter to go underneath the screen. He'll sit out there and hit that shot all night long.
Prince is called for a traveling violation on the baseline for the Pistons.
Well, see, what Prince is finding out also, a lot of those calls, you know, he's getting mad waving towards the official with disgust is that he's got to earn his bones in this league.
Starting to figure out as soon as he thinks he's got this league figured out, you know. It's much harder than that.
Pistons have turned it over 10 times in this half. Iverson is on fire! He's exploded for 27 points tonight, and he has scored the last 6 points for the Philadelphia 76ers. He has pulled this game open, really trying to tie the series at 2 wins apiece, led by the play of AI.
Doesn't Miller Lite taste great? Blessed filling!
Wait. What about this? Doesn't Miller Lite taste great? Great taste! Great taste!
Blessed filling!
Great taste!
Blessed filling! Blessed filling!
What do you think about that? That's art.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
I've got an idea.
Change the way you move through the world. V6 Nissan Altima.
When it comes to international espionage, who is this? Staying invisible.
I don't believe we've met. We still haven't, sir.
Means staying alive. See The Art of War. Friday night at 8 on TNT.
Have you seen the hottest new money-making opportunity since payphones and ATM machines? The Public Internet Access Terminal from American Terminal can put you in business for yourself. The best locations are still available. Hotels, malls, airports, hospitals, truck stops, coffee shops, and more will soon have Public Internet Access Terminals. People love them. They do everything. Send and receive email, including photos and videos. Surf the Internet. Call up to 118 countries with voice over IP, and even sell prepaid phone cards. They take both cash and credit cards, and every minute someone is on your American Terminal is money in your pocket. All you do is collect the cash. Call now. The best locations are going fast. Call American Terminal for a free information kit. USA Today says public access internet terminals may soon become as common as pay telephones and vending machines. So pick up the phone now. Your future is waiting.
Philadelphia 76ers have equaled their biggest lead of 14 points tonight. Now here is tonight's Lessons in Footwork presented by Lamister. And who's better to give you the instruction than Allen Iverson? In this fourth quarter, Iverson has gone 3 of 3. 6 points, 27 for the game, and the 76ers lead it 70-56 with Dan Marley, John Thompson, and D-Line. Kevin Harlan, the first Union center, is rocking here in Philly tonight. And the Sixers looking for their second consecutive win in this series. Atkins to Prince.
Great reaction on the part of that 76er defense.
And I like this move by Coach Carlisle, bringing in the big nasty Willis Williams. I think he brings a lot of energy, gives a post-up player in there for Detroit.
Willis Williamson has not played that much. In Game 3 last night, John, 8 minutes, 6 minutes in Game 2, 10 minutes in Game 1. There was a illegal defense, a 3-second violation defensively. And that's why you see the shot. The Pistons capitalize on it, and they'll also get the ball back. Williamson, the one-time sixth-man award winner in the NBA.
Well, and as difficult as it may be for him in terms of matching up, it's just as difficult for the guy that's guarding him.
Out of bounds. Iverson's defense right there as they continue to tighten the defensive screws on the Pistons.
He does some things that you don't see a lot of players do in this league. As much energy as he puts out on the offensive end, you see him doing those kind of things on the defensive. He doesn't take any breaks. He plays all the time.
Philadelphia shooting 49%. Oh, Van Horn diving inside and a foul.
And I like the way that looked, Kevin. He didn't make it, but he was going to the basket with authority. Wasn't a whole lot of yo-yoing. He went with power and got the foul. Look at that. He makes the step. He goes to the basket. He challenges the defense as opposed to fading and comes away with a free throw.
Took one on the chops. And Dan, you were going to watch his performance tonight with particular interest. He's 2 of 7, 4 points, 5 rebounds in 31 minutes.
Yeah, you know, he's been out there, but it's been Allen Iverson. I mean, he's just created so much for this team, and he plays like this. He's taken a lot of shots, but he's also gotten a lot of assists and got his teammates involved, but it makes the game a lot easier when Van Horn's out there hitting shots.
Last free throw, and the Pistons will come the other way, shooting 37% on the nose.
Allen needs shots like grass need water.
This is the biggest lead tonight by the 76ers at 15. Detroit had an early lead of 4. Atkins, Prince, McClure the screen, and he gets the pass on a little pick and roll, and it's saved. Shot clock at 1. He's got his shoot and hits it. Tayshaun Prince buries one from outside. He's got 6.
His size did that, Kevin. They were coming at him, but they had 2 small guys coming. And the fact that Tayshaun plays out in the guard spot, that's a tough matchup for trap sometimes.
Prince is 2 of 8. Here comes Iverson, and Atkins right there.
Not a
it was unintentional.
That's the only way to stop him, though. Pull that thing over his eyes so he can't see.
That was a great play.
I've never seen that before. Have you?
He smacked the sweatband over Allen's eyes and covered him up. Any means necessary.
It's his 3rd foul.
One thing that you won't see happen, you won't see many guys when Allen has not lost his dribble play him as closely as Chucky is willing to play him because they fear his speed. Chucky knows he's quick also.
Well, that helps. You know, when I was playing with Alonzo in Miami, we were allowed to get right up on the guy because I knew if the guy blew by me, which happened pretty much all the time, Alonzo was there to block a shot. And that's what Detroit can do because they got Big Ben back there when he's healthy.
That's exactly right.
Pistons +3 in rebounding tonight.
A lot of guys already tried out with Allen, put a sweatband over his eyes.
My word, that's about the only way to stop him. I mentioned the rebounding because last night Philadelphia was +18 in rebounding. But tonight it's Detroit +3, and the foul is put on Eric Snow for a 4th time. Iverson's got 28. They got a double-double from Coleman, 10 points and 13 rebounds. The only player in Detroit double figures tonight, 24 from Rip Hamilton. Prince, double. Williamson, Atkins for 3. Curl. Chucky Atkins from outside. Off the bench tonight, 18 minutes and 7 points.
I like that offense. Just drop it down there, wait for the double team to swing around till you find the open man.
Pistons have knocked in 6 threes. Philadelphia has not hit 1 3-point shot as Iverson takes it in and is fouled as he was working close up. That goes on Atkins. He's got 4.
Well, see, and that's a great attribute of Allen. Also, it's not just the fact that he penetrates, his willingness to be fouled. A lot of players are not willing to be fouled because you pay such a price. When he goes in there, he's not timid about being hit, and that gives him an advantage.
Iverson 8 of 12 from the free throw line tonight. No player in the game has more than 4 fouls. And AI gets that second one to roll in. 29 for Iverson. 7 to play in the game. Coleman galloping. And he's on. Look at, he's playing skeets. Keeping his balance on the tightrope. And That hustle is applauded by a guy that appreciates it as much as any coach in the NBA, Larry Brown.
And look, he steals the ball, which is something we haven't seen him do. Anticipating, then he does a little tight wire.
Oh! Kept his balance. He's at the line right now.
Big DC showing us a lot of activity going on out there, big man.
Tell you, those guys sitting behind the press row work feels very good, though. That's a lot of man coming at you that hard.
It is. Derek Coleman, born and raised in Detroit, and so he's playing the team in these playoffs that he used to admire while growing up. Great night for him.
There's so much versatility in this guy. I mean, the guy can do so many things. And obviously, he responds well to Larry Brown.
The 76ers are plus 22 in points in the paint. Inside scoring tonight. A devastating mark. Williamson across the lane, held by Thomas.
See, I like the way he plays. Detroit's a big three-point shooting team. If you get him down in the post, and if they don't double team, he's able to go one-on-one. And if they do double team, then they can work it out and find the outside shooter.
John, if you're Detroit, you're down by 13 points. What kind of strategy do you employ now for the last 6.5 minutes of the game?
Well, I think just what Dan's been saying. You're trying to get it to Williamson, force the defense to come in because 76ers are putting so much pressure on him outside as they threw the ball away there. But if you can at least get it in his hands, force the defense to react to him, he can either score or get it to someone else.
The turnover number is pretty devastating as well. The Pistons have turned it over 19 times, 11 times in this half. 76ers just 6 turnovers for the game.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't do on the road is turn the ball over. That's just a sheer way to lose a ball game. Getting beat on the boards with turnovers. And Detroit has not done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Snow got a timeout as he was in a torture chamber with Oker and Prince. 76ers are down a game and trying to tie the series. These Eastern Conference semifinals in 2 wins apiece. They are on their way right now.
You might want to lose the suit.
They're ready for the NBA playoffs, are you? The NBA playoffs are on TNT, but you can still catch the drama of Law & Order weeknights. I was made for this.
On June 6th.
Show me something.
It's not what you drive.
Why don't we settle this now?
We settle this on the black side.
It's how you live.
I got a problem with authority.
Too fast, too furious.
How you like that?
Rated PG-13.
You know I like you, and I like you a lot. I like Janice a lot, too, and I know she's your roommate.
Janice?
I'm not sure how to say this to you. You know that I like you a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's just that I like Janice a lot, too, and I know she's your roommate, and I
So
wouldn't...
date both of us.
What? What did you say?
Here's tonight's Budweiser Around the League. Most of you know Phil Jackson had the angioplasty yesterday. He was not on the sideline today, but his Lakers tied that series with the Spurs. Tomorrow on TNT, New Jersey will try to sweep their Eastern Conference semifinal with Boston, a team that has not been swept in a 7-game series since 1983. And what about Dallas? The track meet is on. Game 4 next on TNT with Dan Marley, John Thompson, and D. Lynam. Kevin Harlan from Philadelphia on Mother's Day.
That was a great win for Dallas.
Wasn't that some kind of game? So fun to watch. Iverson, shot clock at 7 after the timeout. Over Atkins. Okur gets the rebound. Here comes Atkins pushing ahead to newly instated John Barry. Williamson remaining in the game. Atkins is in there as well. And here's Wallace on his pogo stick. Bad leg and all. And he's up and in.
So that's what I was talking about. You get the ball in the course. Williams had a double team come over. Ben Wallace just snuck behind him, made a nice little alley-oop pass there, and got him an easy bucket.
Well, Williamson gives him another dimension, as Darren was saying. They're not hitting his shots from the outside, but he forces help on the inside.
It's Eric Snow. And Eric Snow's got 11 points, 5 assists, and a rebound tonight. We've had 4 lead changes and 3 ties in this game.
The same thing with Allen Iverson. He came off the screen. Snow's man had to help. Iverson recognized it, made a nice little kick pass.
Oh, count it as Williamson plows his way in for 2, and he's fouled.
Well, he's turning Dan Marley into a prophet, isn't he?
The big nasty, I told you.
Kenny Thomas.
Yeah, he just brings a lot of energy and toughness to a team, and when you're playing on the road and you're down and things aren't going right, I think it's always good to bring a guy in like that to give you something.
Kenny Thomas just picked up his 4th foul as Wallace will leave, and they bring back in Tayshaun Prince for the Pistons.
You know, I wonder why Dan Marley likes that body contact, the way he's talking about it with Williamson. I think he kind of did that too, didn't he?
He was so slow, I couldn't chase anybody, so I had to hold and bump all the time.
That's right.
Beat him up.
That's what you saw when you got him on your Olympic team, huh?
Hey, man, he was touching Dan, I called it.
The Sixers with Thomas, Coleman, McKee, Snow, and Iverson. Sets up the players on both sides on the floor as we approach 5 minutes to play. Coleman, nice passing to Thomas.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Allen pulled the defense good to Coleman. Coleman was defended, got it under to Thomas. That's great team basketball.
Chucky Atkins searching down the lane for 2. Atkins off the bench tonight has put in 9. That leads all bench scores for the Pistons.
See, defense in these possessions, every one of these possessions is extremely important for the 76ers because really the Pistons are still within striking distance.
It's Coleman left free to fire. Derek Coleman has put in a sensational game tonight. 14 points and 13 rebounds. The 11th assist also for Allen Iverson, who's got the double-double.
It's such a hard play because Coleman sets a great screen. Allen comes off. Coleman just steps back and able to hit the shot. Prior play before that, Thomas flashed away and he hit a wide up to Thomas for a layup.
A 14th rebound by Coleman.
I tell you, Derek Coleman's doing a hell of a job for this team. Very quietly so, too. Inside shooting, blocking shots, and rebounding.
Thomas couldn't find the handle. As Iverson fed it to him right inside, and from point-blank range, he saw Thomas miss.
Thomas better buy a steak dinner for Allen tonight because he is just living all. He just knows how to get open and knows that Allen's going to feed and find him the ball.
Don't you mean a cheese steak?
Cheese steak.
Here
Philly cheese steak.
Philadelphia.
I had one of those today. I don't think I got a good one. I don't know what happened.
Well, you got to eat 2. That's why, John. Right? One won't do if you have 2, man. A 2 feels The assists tonight of Allen Iverson are added on to what he's done to last night. 22 assists from AI the last 2 games. Pretty impressive.
Thomas does a great job, and Dan indicated that, of reading the help that goes to Allen and getting in a window where he can receive the ball. A lot of big guys hide once the help leaves going somewhere, but he does a superb job of moving into a position where he can become a receiver.
Atkins again. And he's now scored twice as he's penetrated inside.
It's good. He's being real aggressive. Decided not to use the screen. Fake it and went down the middle and shot a nice little floater there.
Detroit needs stops, though. They can't trade baskets with him right here.
Iverson with a screen from Coleman. Enough to shoot. Iverson stuck on 29. Here comes Detroit. They're shooting 42% from the field. John Barry. Williamson held and still got it to go, and Williamson has come off the bench, and he's put in 5 in this 4th quarter.
And you give John Barry credit for that, too, because he penetrated for the defense and slipped it to him. Barry knows how to play.
Allen Iverson is an assassin. He's put in a game-high 32. Timeout, Detroit. A captivating performance by Allen Iverson. 11 in the 4th quarter. And that might have been the dagger for the Philadelphia 76ers.
There's only 2 ugly people in the world, and your mama's both of them.
You know, your mama's so fat she stepped on the dollar and made change.
I heard your mama's so ugly, she robbed the bank with no gun, just stuck her head over the counter and say, put that money in that bag. Stick 'em up. Stick 'em up.
Timing was a little off.
Timing was a little off. Timing is way off.
You're not funny.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Why do I work so hard? So I can play even harder. What's my thirst? Staying on top. What's yours? I love my job.
If your premium television service is just movies, you're missing out. Showtime Unlimited has the biggest hit movies, and you get hot new original series. Eric Stoltz, Felicity Huffman, Out of Order. New episodes this month only on Showtime. Hit movies other premium networks can't get. Original series they don't have. And explosive live events. Why limit yourself? Get Showtime Unlimited. Add it for $12 or less per month. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to order now.
This is it. The battlefield of the future is here, now. King of the Cage, Sin City. Friday, May 16th on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View on DirecTV. Thunderous kicks, dynamite punches, huge takedowns, and a 2-ton steel cage. Live from the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. King of the Cage. May 16th at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Order with your remote.
Playoff basketball, it's different than the regular season.
Over 40 games in 40 nights. TNT, exclusive home of the NBA Western Conference Finals. Win or go home. The drama of the NBA playoffs continues
On TNT. TNT.
24 hours ago, Dallas went double overtime with Sacramento and beat the Kings, and that guy, Dirk Nowitzki, played, 58 minutes. Can the Mavs take a 3-1 lead over Bobby Jackson and the Sacramento Kings, or will things be tied at night's end? That's game 2 of our doubleheader. Let's go back to Kevin Harlan.
DJ, and happy Mother's Day to your beautiful wife, Cheryl, and your 4 gorgeous kids. And sure, like all of our wives, this time of year is tough on all of them with all this NBA playoff action going on, but she's a saint. Cheryl Jackson is. Here comes Atkins, winding his way down the lane. Nice defense again. And the Sixers are on a roll. McKee through traffic, down Durant, and a foul. With 2:52 to play, and the foul goes on Oker, his 3rd.
Good job by Thomas there. He gets beat initially on the drive, but doesn't give up and fouls it with a great block off the glass and starts the fast break.
We start off being concerned about Thomas health-wise, but obviously as the game has gone along, of all 3 of the guys that we discussed, he seems to have recovered better than everybody.
John, what about the hustle of Philly tonight? It's been, I think, evident since the opening tap.
Well, I think it's definitely so, and one of the things that I've been impressed with, when they've gotten up, Detroit has made a little run back at them, and Philly intensified their defense. That's when Larry got angry, is that just before we started into this quarter, they gave up an offensive rebound. But now you look, they're still picking up defensively, they still communicate.
Pistons shooting 42%, Philly shooting 51%.
They have enough points to win the game. They've just got to stop Detroit from scoring.
They've got McKee out there on Hamilton. And Philly winning with hustle. Last night, 27 second chance points. Tonight, 13 steals.
Well, they know this is a big game because they're so good on the road. They have a conference where they can go out and win on the road. So they knew tonight was an important game to even the series and going to Detroit to try to win one there.
It's Iverson. Pickpocketed by Barry. 3-on-1. Hamilton at the other end takes off. And the Pistons to within 88-76 reach.
Good defense by Chucky. See, Allen needs a screen against him.
Key quickly the other way and approaching 2 minutes to play. Big lead of the Sixers tonight, 15 points. Snow knocked away again. Second consecutive turnover. Hamilton again. Rejected by Coleman. What a play by Derek Coleman, who picks up the foul. And Hamilton is down as he hit the deck hard. He went crashing out of bounds.
But how about this block by Big Coleman? And even running back the way he did was even more important. Haven't seen him do that since Jimmy Boeheim was younger than him.
I was just going to say, I have not seen Coleman hustle like this in years.
I saw him do it before, and I hated to see it.
Yeah, because you were on the other sideline.
That was just a great hustle effort on his part.
I mean, it's so great to see is, you know, I don't know if this is a guy who has really reached the heights of what people anticipated. Flagrant, so they got the 3. And, you know, Dan, it's so great to see a guy in his mid-30s, and obviously in the twilight of his career, thrive and then show it with all this hustle.
Well, you know, I think it's because he realized that he wants to win a championship, and this may be his last chance at it. And he understands what kind of team he's got here. He's got to be a big part of it if he wants to get to a championship series.
One thing I like about it, Dan, is he's furnishing what the team needs. A lot of guys can do a lot of things on the court, and they do them just for the sake of doing it. But he's rebounding, blocking shots.
What a deceptive move by Allen Iverson.
And Big Coleman is just furnishing them with the missing pieces, and that's going to be extremely important as they move on in the playoffs.
Iverson's got 34. That is a game high. Here comes Williamson. He has a sexy move down that baseline, too, to get 2.
Telling you, that guy deserves some playing time. He comes down, he gets his business done. He's a very hard-nosed player, something that Detroit needs.
Take a lot of pressure off of the outside guys because the Sixers are so great and so quick with their hands overplaying that you've got to go back on Williamson.
Iverson again. Allen Iverson's put in 36. And he's got 15 in this fourth quarter, which has blown it open for Philadelphia.
And when we talked to Coach Carlisle, he was talking about matchup problems. Well, I think, you know, it gives Philly a matchup problem, too. Somebody's got to guard Corliss Williamson, and they got to figure out how to play him.
Derek Coleman just picked up his 4th personal foul. I can watch Iverson play all day. I mean, he is, as Coleman is going to head to the locker room. This one is in the books. They're on ice.
That's what I told him after watching him play all day. He didn't believe me and left me.
Finally, after playing every second of the game until right now, with 54 seconds to play, Iverson takes a breather. Iverson takes a seat on the bench. Every second he played tonight, except for the final 54.
Well, the thing that I love about the kid and always have loved about him is the fact that he comes to work. When he's out there on that floor playing, he gives you everything that he has out there on a consistent basis. And even if you have any conflict with him, he won't come back the next day pouting. He'll come back and give you everything he has again.
Salmons is now in for the 76ers with Buckner, McKee, Van Horn, Kenny Thomas. They'll just wind this clock down. Our Gatorade peak performers moments ago, Allen Iverson. McKee will dance and kick. And the rookie Salmons from Miami. Rebound inside by Corliss Williamson. We will have, TNT will have Game 5 of this series Wednesday from the Palace. And that will be a hard-fought Game 5. They're on their feet. On Mother's Day in Philadelphia, Allen Iverson kept his mom smiling all night long.
I'm sure she was. I'm sure she was.
Iverson with 36. And this Eastern Conference semifinal is tied at 2 wins apiece. It counts, and the 76ers have beaten the Detroit Pistons 95-82. A nice night of 36 for Allen Iverson. Let's go to D-Lineham.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Allen, you set the tone, and your teammates certainly followed you for a second straight night. Can you just talk about the whole effort of this team tonight?
It was a team effort, just like you said. In the playoffs, you know, you can't get it done with just one individual. It's going to take a team effort to get things done out here. And my guys have just been doing a great job, you know, doing a good job on the boards. We've been talking to each other defensively, and we've just been playing great, you know, the last 2 games. You know, we let a couple slip away from us in Detroit, so we came back here We fought hard with our crowd. Now we just gonna try to go there and get one.
They say a series doesn't start until someone does win on the road. Can you talk about going to Detroit and maybe winning a third straight against these guys?
Definitely. I mean, we feel that we can do it. The last 2 games, we fought real hard. Like I said, we had a chance to win both of those games in Detroit. So right now we have our confidence, and theirs might be a little down. So they're gonna try to work off the energy of their crowd, and we're just gonna try to go in there and steal one.
Last thing, Alan, your assists the last 2 nights. 1, it's trust in your teammates, and 2, it's finding them. Conscious effort on your part?
Definitely. I mean, early parts of my career, I found out the hard way that you can't get it done without your teammates. And, I just been making a conscious effort to make sure they get the ball in the spots that they need them. And when they're open, just let them have it.
All right, Alan, congratulations. Thanks for your time.
All right, thanks. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
I knew you would. Kevin?
He's a sweetie. He also had 11 assists tonight. Philly shoots 52%. Derek Coleman, 14 points and 15 rebounds. Once again, our final score, 95-82. Our producer, Jay Hoover. Our director, Howie Singer. Special thanks to Rodney Vaughn. And now for Dan Marley, John Thompson, and D. Lynham, Kevin Harlan saying goodnight from Philadelphia. We'll send you to Atlanta for a Southwest Airlines game break after this commercial. Good night from Philly.